afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything amazing Propagandacast. I'm your host, ImperialDane, the one, the only master of propaganda. Your only sanctioned source of communist to entertainment. Off here to 2 vs 2 on Stadtschutt. In the north, it is King Paffo and ImperialDane fighting for the Wehrmacht, the German army, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the Panzerlehr Panzerdivision. In south, it is TrackerThorsten and Jaeger fighting for the Allies, the Commonwealth, America. Forming up here with the 7th Armored Division and the 2nd Infantry. With Urban Assault here chosen for TrackerThorsten. I go for German Infantry because I like German Infantry. Jaeger with Tactical Support, Royal Artillery and Commando Regiment. Sapper Grenade Infantry. And we've got Mechanized Assault Spearhead and Jaeger Armour with triple Tiger Bulletins there. Of course, you got Urban Assault Equipment. You got Urban Assault Kits, Rangers, Cover to Cover and Calipes versus Half-Tracks, Veteran Score Leaders. Stormtroopers, Assault and Hold, and Fragmentation Bombs. We got a Grenadier MD4 2 start for both Germans. TrackerThorsten Dov Rappen, Jaeger with Vickers and Section starts there. Also, big thanks to May I Be Me and to Simon for donating and supporting the Propagandacast with their hard-earned money. A big thanks to both of you, allowing me to keep doing this day after day. So, big thanks to you, and of course, all those charming, handsome, and intelligent people pledging on Patreon support me as well. You can find links to donate or pledge on Patreon yourself if you wish to join such heroic and exciting ranks as those people. So anyways, we've got Section charging at the Grenadiers. Biggest holding up there. Machine gun covering up there. We got Parney saying westward for the fuel point there. We got a Rearson squad coming up there as well. MD42 trying to support here around the centre as King Paffo is running about on his own there. A bit removed from everything else. They need to contend with both the Americans and the British over here. Got a second squad on the way. The machine gun being overwhelmed here by Allied forces in the west. Rearson's here, about to be assaulted by the Pioneers. Already southern one lost there. Ludwig drops set, but up close the Pioneers should have a chance with MP40s to turn the tide for the fatherland. King Paffo now responding to the fact that A, he hasn't got a carve point, and B, you know, most of the Allies are elsewhere. Biggest setting up against the Grenadiers. Second Grenadiers coming up here. Biggest hosing away there. The Grenadiers suppress them slowly. Grenadiers coming up to flank in and deal some good damage. Almost got the gunner there, but a bit too slow there. Oh, ends up retreating anyways. Got the western fuel point there, slowly under control of the Wehrmacht. MD42 moving out there. In these here, King Paffo successfully routs Jaeger's forces, leaving only a section now moving straight for the fuel point there, which you'll have to deal with. And we got TrackerThorsten moving up more troops here to contend with me, grabbing his fuel point there, forcing him to move away from the front line. Although there's a good chance of getting a Pioneer wipe there. I'm going for the 2nd MD42 here due to the sheer number of American infantry and the fact that so far I've had to deal with assaults on several angles. So having another machine gun to help host down the enemy infantry is a pretty good move there. Obviously, a less good move was not retreating the Pioneers sooner. That was a dumb mistake there by me, and obviously I got punished and I had to replace the Pioneers, which is going to be really tiresome. Grenadiers, Pioneers, MD42 finding out the section here by the eastern fuel point. Section there going for the point here. And we've got a Grenadier squad moving there. 2nd MD42 as well here for King Paffo. Although he has not thrown away his Pioneers like I did. MD42 moving up here to defend the carve point. As we can see, TrackerThorsten is setting up to threaten it in the name of democracy, freedom, liberty. Going here for the other carve point. MD42 covering up. Grenadiers went to dispatch here. And MD42 setting up. Lots of maneuvers here. Lots of aggression. Not a dull moment here on Stadtschutt. Rather than their flanking MD42 themselves getting hosed up at MD42 and the Grenadiers, but MD42 will have to fall back under severe American pressure. Rearson's here going for the Grenadiers as well there. No take up yet for me, though definitely should be doing that soon. Rather squad that push back here, taking too much damage from the Grenadiers and MD42. More infantry moving up here. South front here between Paffo and Jaeger is looking a bit more stable there for Paffo at the moment, though more and more of Jaeger's forces moving up to deal with me as well, so they're quickly switching up to deal with me. And we got take up down the way from me. Grenadier MD4 reinforcing. Bunker up there for King Paffo. Fuel point secured. Section log up in the centre. Alright, from there moving about here. Variations holding up there. King Paffo repositioning. With his machine gun, he's brought up a 3rd Grenadier squad. So he's going for triple Grenadiers, double MD42. Certainly very stable, shall we say, opening there. In terms of firepower mobility, MD42 they're covering the area here, though. A lot of troops moving in. 2nd MD4 to cover the flank of the MD42. Setting up a more in-depth defense here against swarming American troops. Jaeger here going for the carve point, outmaneuvering King Paffo, who's setting up a very stalwart defense here, but obviously can't defend his carve point. Bravo squads there thwarted by the doubling force up north. I'm going for the 250 half here just to rush out something fast to put pressure on the Americans, swing the game perhaps a bit more back in my favour, and try and regain tempo and momentum. Plus, I can also just use to assist King Paffo here by swiftly moving over to support by, hosing down some of the British infantry since they got no saps at the moment. Noting he's also gone for triple section dubbed Vickers Mustard. So, in a sense, Joker and King Paffo's build orders slightly mirror each other, which is interesting to note. I'm bringing up Pioneers to replace the ones I foolishly threw away like an idiot. Commandos in trouble as the captain and the Vickers. We're building up with anti-tank just rifle grenades and anti-tank rifle grenades. Machine guns moving about here, covering each other. 250 half-track out there. Leichter Schützen Panzerwagen. Machine gun duel here in the south. Lots of action. So far the Allies are in control of the situation. And we, the Germans, are being denied a lot of our fuel. Pioneers popping out there. Probably going to pop flamethrower on them and stuff them into the half-track. Commandos reinforcing. Getting ready for the next big push. Sneaking up behind my machine gun post here. Good move there by TrackerThorsten. Good read on the battlefield there. King Paffo still very much being used around almost in a bunch there, which makes it hard for him to actually maintain any field control, and the Allies just keep playing around him. Machine gun dealing with one rifle squad, other machine gun set up here, 250 after rushing out, and we've got Commandos following up in the wake of this mechanized madness. Going straight here for the Vickers though. A lot of action going on there. Go Vickers routed. We've got a pack cards out there for TrackerThorsten. His score's gone for the captain's got a half-track following up. MD42 deal with his troops on the flank. Other machine come on the flank of that MD42. Commandos following up his one. We've got this half-track now charging in as well there. A hefty serious engagement up north. Here's King Paffo remains slightly at the edge of the map there. Rifle squad pushed back. Rifle squad's there further pushed back. We've got a fact full of rout here from TrackerThorsten from the front line. King Paffo finding around his own fuel point again. Trying to move forces away from there. Like to make a nice company done there for King Paffo. Stormtroopers out for Deutschland for me. We'll be adding MP40s because I like MP40s. They really do a number, in particular on British infantry. We've got the section out there, we've got artillery on them. This is the pyrotechnic supplies. And we got an AC Mark III on the way there for Joker. And for the 7th Armour, that's the 1st Infantry from the Americans there. Provide continued support here. Flanking up behind the section there, hosing away up close. And there you go, rifle grenade off. Dodge though. AC Mark III moving in, that's going to be the end of that. 250 half-track, unfortunate for me. King Paffo remains still not like he's doing a lot there. Sort of on his own side of the map there. Half-track went down tragically. Pioneers retreating. Machine gun reinforcing, and he's got a pack 40 in the way there. Good move there by King Paffo, and he actually gets a wipe on the Vickers here with a good flank here by the Grenadiers. Good work there by King Paffo. Big loss there for the British. Big win for King Paffo as he now can pull up a 3rd machine gun, which is going to be a real nightmare for allied infantry to have to march the way through. Like to make a nice company up there. Grenadiers retreating. Grab the northern fuel point. Of course, I've got no connection to it, so at most I'm just denying it to the Allies, which of course still has value. In the south, the AC moving in. Vickers there being hauled off for the Pioneers. Mein Gott, Ludwig, can't you move faster? Have you tried carrying one of these things? They're water-cooled Maschinengewehren. They're heavy. And I suspect the filters from the teeth, idiots. I'm sending the armor pitch around to be not a half-back thing there. Like to make a nice company done. Going for a pack for up with vehicles. Bit of quick healing there with some medical supplies. Victory point there being seized. Machine gun remaining under sort of counter-attack purpose, I guess. Second mix moving up there from Joker. Noting by that King Paffo and Joker have yet to choose a doctrine. Machine gun setting up here. Holding down Joker's assault, but he's got a nice flank going in. He noteworthy also, he has research grenades. Good work there for Joker, though of course it's going to be a nightmare for any Germans that get flanked by it. Moving up here with Stormtroopers, Pioneers, machine gun, half-track on the way for King Paffo. The 251 Mittelschützen Panzerwagens. We're going to be seeing a lot of half-tracks in this match, it seems. Stormtroopers sneaking up, AC Mark III moving in there. King Paffo continues again with a very focused counter in front. Just look at all these machine guns. You'd think he was, like, ready to fight the Somme. Need to get that pack 40 down there, but it's just first arrived. Smoke screen off here to keep the AC off. And Captain managed to get past both machine guns. That's pretty awkward there for me. Veteran Grenadiers still setting out. Storm's got to assist the machine gun there to get out of there. Pack 40 ready in the AC. Ooh, gets right past the outer fire there. Captain routed. King Paffo still moving very, very slowly here. He just remains sort of largely here. Though he is beginning to move towards the center to try and maybe assist me. We also got Jaeger here with Commando Doctrine. And he's looking like he's going to call it right into my midst here to further try and disrupt my advance. We'll have to see if that pans out or if it just ends up with a lot of deck commandos. King Paffo continuing there, go half-tech supporting the assault here. Those are getting ready to upgrade the flame for half-track, which is really going to support the assault. We'll burn away here through TrackerThorsten's infantry. We also got semi-outpost rounds going off. Up north, the AC. And amidst, there go Commandos being suppressed here. Grenade off the machine gun, almost wiping it, but one man survives through the explosion and the pain. Commandos there routed, took too much damage. In the south, an assault here is quickly halted by the MD-42 with another MD-42 covering the first MD-42. King Paffo's advance continues here. Commando sections being harried now by Pioneers and Flamethrower half-tracks. Could see some losses there for Joker. Noting by the way that King Paffo is now the only player without a doctrine. He's also, I believe, the player with the most machine guns. Pack 40 there, they'll finish off the AC Mark III. Joker going for a sniper. Stormtroopers Grenadiers launching a light localized assault there to grab back the cutoff point, finding there are no allies in the way. Glider destroyed up north. Pushing ahead there in terms of tech. And we got tech as well there on the way for King Paffo, very good. We got no such thing here for neither TrackerThorsten or Joker. But he's pushing for the cutoff point. Going to get Ralph grenaded and fire off a Ralph grenade of their own. Stormtroopers are pressed. A lot of action going on here. Center there is quickly yielding though to TrackerThorsten as King Paffo quickly falls back with all his forces. Machine gun setting up. Half-track rushing out straight into the Pack 40 and there you go. It misses. Apparently the gun is a bit cross-eyed. Second shot that goes through. So Pomako going out there for me. King Paff getting to hard work down the half-track. Ambulance falling a bit back there for TrackerThorsten and Democracy. First Infantry make sure not to extend its men against the Krauts. As the 7th Armour is extending far into the territories of the Panzerlehr here. South side seems largely quiet. He could maybe use these machine guns a bit more actively. I'm going for the fuel point again because even if I can't, connect it, because it keeps grabbing this back, I can still deny them fuel, which is, still very helpful. Ensures they don't push ahead in terms of tanks and rolls over. So now I'm beginning to clear up my machine guns. Most unpleasantly for me, allies are making good progress with that. And the pack house is pretty much going to force me to treat my other machine gun since I was going to die fast, and even then, it may still die if I'm unlucky. Storm's going to use it as a large collection of allied infantry without machine guns though, and all these BARs. I just end up retreating because that's not going to be worth it in a million years. King Paff moving up infantry. He still hasn't chosen a doctrine here. Commandos popping off a light gun bomb, which ends up mostly kicking up dirt. Pack being pushed back there across the remnants of what was once a bustling market square. Allies are now in control of most of Stadtschutt here, with only a few outposts here and there scattered in sort of parts of the eastern map. They're under German control. So Pomako up there for King Paff as well. Noting that Joker has taken rather extensive losses. His forces is probably one of the smaller ones, though King Paff is not much bigger in terms of population. 2 kills on the flame for half-track. I might either go for an Ostwind here or Panzer IV. Depends really on sort of how I feel in terms of the resource situation. I feel like I'm really ahead here, would go for an Ostwind. Particularly I've seen a lot of allied light vehicles, in which case I'm going to be reasonably confident, can't push back with, armed barrage, probably going to go for the Panzer IV. If I'm feeling really in a bad spot, I'd go for the Stug just to make sure I can deal with armour. So a few sort of considerations there. Sniper then to tank in the centre. We've got gliders sneaking about there for Joker again to join in the other commandos. Pioneers sneaking about. Grenadiers swinging ahead. They're backed up with MD-42. Good infantry machine gun coordination, at least decent. Smoke's going off here from the stormtroopers. Got the pack out of the firing away though. It looks like I'm aiming for the Panzer IV here. Not feeling too confident in my situation getting out on Ostwind fast enough and not lose it, so I'm going to go for the more cautious Panzer IV move. No, I do end up going for an Ostwind. Ha! Oh, silly me then. I guess also with a Pack 40 I'm feeling sort of in a reasonable situation I can just, even if they have a medium tank out, as long as I don't do anything too silly, my Ostwind is not going to get immediately rolled over and turn into, target practice. Going to do some retreating. I mean, both Joker and TrackerThorsten, are definitely not in a situation to completely punish me with a tank. So, obviously, from our perspective, an Ostwind is actually a pretty good pick here. But, from my perspective, You know, there could arguably be some other considerations. Though obviously, again, I've been able to consistently field harass them. So, you know, there's some reason there to feel confident about it. All the way, Austin flag panzer out here for the Panzerlehr Panzerdivision. Go for putting pressure on Allied infantry and light vehicles, which is where I'm going for it. Of course, I have to be careful with anti-tank guns, otherwise it's not going to matter much. Since the M1 anti-tank can quickly go for an Ostwind. King Paffo launching an assault here for the south, encountering heavy resistance there. He's overall a slower player in that sense. He's going for the Panther 4. Going in with the Ostwind from the north. Machine gun infantry and pack going ready to push from the front. There you go, flak panzer moving in there. Rifleman taking fire there from the flaks. Storm's gun is moving in, anti-tank moving up here. And I do believe I'm in fact about to make a bit of a mistake here with an Ostwind. Yep, I'm starting from Rifleman from the anti-tank gun. Which means my Ostwind is actually now toast because again the M1 anti-tank gun has a really high rate of fire. I mean, it can quickly destroy a medium tank. Like, it has some incredible firepower for an anti-tank gun. And obviously I got punished by it, so that was me there committing a bit of a blunder. I got too confident there with the Ostwind in fact, and obviously made a big mistake with it, costing me it. So now, whatever advantage I might have had is now rather down the drain. Still, managed to push back the Allies somewhat, so it's not a complete waste, but, you know, an Ostwind for nothing else to show except a bit of ground is usually not a good trade-off. Machine gun caught a bad spot, Gunner's trying to deal with the Rifleman, not looking good there, flank is exposed, need to get something to deal with it. As you can see, TrackerThorsten moves up more forces, noting he's also got a fuel cache down, part him and his teammate with more resources, very good move there by TrackerThorsten. Very good move. King Paffo now launching an assault here through the south ruins. Catching Joker off guard. Very good push there by King Paffo. Commandos being scorched. Panther 4 joining us, but the flamethrower after goes down here to the anti-tank guns, including the M1 anti-tank gun, which again is quickly pushing the Panther 4 there down to half health, forcing King Paffo to break off the assault, since without artillery he's got no way, you know, even smoking them out. Like, he doesn't even have like a doctrine they can run to smoke them from far. So his option for that way neutralizing the anti-tank gun and save mana is not there. Tier 4 is definitely not something I agree with there. Might be as though he's trying to set up for a Tiger tank. Rifle moving up, Cap moving up. They got Storms with machine gun moving in. Might want to consider some Panzer gun in the new time support the effort. And he actually goes for Jaeger armor. In a move I definitely not agree with. Captain there suppressed, being slowly cut down by the Gunleaders and the Stormtroopers, grabbing the northern point here. Captain routed. In the south, so here we got the Panther Commandos caught in a bad spot. Machine gun there being grenaded though, and almost wiped out here by all of Joker's forces. King Paffo's advance did not go very far. In the north, the assault continues. As we've got a counter flank here by TrackerThorsten to catch the machine gun off guard. Very good there by TrackerThorsten. Pack out of our course, making the advance more miserable for me. At the same time, pushing for the victory point there. We got 466 to 294. Definitely where me and King Paffo are in a bit of a tighter spot. Storms moving up the retreat path there. And we got a Sherman on the way there for TrackerThorsten. Very good for him. I'm going for the Panther 4 now. I still want to be able to deal with infantry, but at the same time, you know, I want to be able to take on tanks. I was feeling more confident about the enemy infantry situation. I'd just go for the Stub, but I'm currently not quite there. King Paffo flooding a lot of manpower. Definitely should be spending some of that on something. At the same time, launching an infantry incursion in the south to possibly outmaneuver his opponent. Maybe do a bit of harassment there. Not bad. And now the Germans can control the map there. Good for us. Less good for the Allies. And going for that fuel point again. And he's going straight for the heavy Panzer Corps. TrackerThorsten slightly retracting some of his forces. Sherman almost done. And we got his center anti-aircraft tank up for Joker. He must be feeling pretty confident in his anti-tank to deal with King Paffo's Panzer 4. As I'd say, that's a pretty weird choice. I would have figured something like a Cromwell, you might try and go for a Comet rather than Centaur. Sherman out there here for TrackerThorsten. After me up here. Panzer 4 for the German army there, the Panzerlehr. In the south here, machine gun being flanked by the centre and a lot of sections. Panzer 4 quickly turn around to deal with that, though there's also a lot of other troops to deal with. There's Joker's launching a slightly wider attack here against King Paffo in the south. In the centre we got TrackerThorsten, remaining a bit more defensive though. Of course the Sherman is getting more aggressive again, pushing for the centre where it's now King Paffo's time to get head on. Up north I'm going here with the Panther 4 for the half track to quickly knock that out and save my Pioneers. And then return to the action in the centre. Also got a light raid here up north to pressure TrackerThorsten from the other side to assist my teammate here in the centre. Grenadiers about to get wiped out. King Paffo there extending them and getting them wiped. He's also floating a lot of manpower. There you go, replacing the Grenadiers, but he suffered heavy losses. Panzer for now for King Paffo to help you with all the support weapons. A bunch of infantry, pioneers about to get wiped. King Paffo is now suffering extensive losses to the allies. Meanwhile, my northern assault continues. Anti-tank about to get cleared out. And can take out the pack counter. Ambulance there. Panzer 4 going for it. Possibly. Panzer 4 shoots and misses spectacularly. Sherman and Fsen coming up the flank, and we got air support, got mortar cover called in here, disrupting any further efforts. Meanwhile, TrackerThorsten and Jaeger pushing through the centre and the southeast, taking advantage of King Paffo's leave over the battlefield. Also got enough munitions here for a fragmentation bomb, some assault and hold. Grenadiers there being murdered on retreat. Sherman there going hard in. Panzer 4 can't quite catch up. I got no mines down. Definitely something I should be considering. And now King Paffo's no longer floating a ton of manpower, which is good. And there you go. Sherman taking hits over the Panzer 4 on the pack. Pack, they're being cleared out here by the section. Panzer 4 got the Sherman down to half health. Air recon's out there from King Paffo. Not entirely sure what he's looking for. Machine there being engaged here by the center. Panzer 4 falling back. Stu falling up here for the Deutschland. For the Panzerlehr, rifle suppressed here, taking heavy fire from the machine guns. And they do manage to hold an anti-tank rifle in the state. TrackerThorsten going for ranges. So much action though. In the south, King Paffo launching a fresh assault here to draw the attention off from me, I suppose. Also to make gains. Stug almost done for me. Panzerwehr for not really doing a lot there for King Paffo at the moment. Moving ahead there. Pack 40 in the move there for King Paffo. And there you go. Sturmgeschütz 3 Ausführung G. Gefechtsbereit. Panzer 4 being slowly fixed up. 5 kills. Machine is about to get hosed down. Grenadiers advancing. Stug holding back. Not quite its time yet, or is it? It is. Adding a pin-up machine, of course, but added infantry. Rangers here moving ahead. Thompson's slowly on the way. Stug shoots, gets a good hit there. Big artillery called in as well here to further disrupt Joker's maneuvers here. Also maybe try and catch units in retreat. Well, obviously it pays off. Got the centaur though, as he was too preoccupied with other things, allowing the Stug to move in there. So, sneaky little move there. Rangers here caught in a deadly crossfire between 2 machine guns and the Panzer 4. Getting suppressed and murdered in the process. Stormtroopers dodging artillery fire here. And King Paffo is now in control of the centre here against the Allies. Trying to make gains there. And I'm finally getting some Panzer Grenadier. Ooh, mine goes off on the Panzer 4. Good work there by TrackerThorsten laying that down. And there you go, Panzer 4 taking great hits here. Pulling back with the Panzer 4 infantry advancing straight through what looks like another mortar cover ability here by Jaeger. Good use of that. Command's almost wiped out there. Big push here by TrackerThorsten against King Paffo in the centre. And Paffo's numerous machine guns are doing their best to slow down TrackerThorsten's assault. Alongside the packs. Perhaps this is actually where Jaeger should be using the mortar cover rather than against me. Definitely missed out an opportunity, I think, to make bigger gains here versus King Paffo. And Paffo there going for some air support, though, or air reconnaissance, but that risk getting shot down here by the Sherman. Another centaur for Jaeger, though. At this point, this is starting to look a bit strange. Like, you'd figure he'd be going for, like, hammer tactics or animal tactics, you know, Churchills and Comets, but he just keeps going for centaurs now, which is, I don't feel like it's fully the optimal choice. Something comes. Oh, we got assault. We got assault. There's so much going on, though. Now, this is just a really intense 2 versus 2 up north here, though. Pushing ahead with machine guns and Panzer Grenadier and Grenadiers. Catching some of Joker's and TrackerThorsten falls in a bit of a bind there. Not sure what TrackerThorsten is aiming for. Possibly more Shermans or Jacksons. Though he's currently short of armour, having lost his Sherman. Major there routed. King Paffo a bit more on the quiet side of the front for the time being. Directly on the gun list of the pack cards, storms to assist, and there you go, tactical advance, small chance of getting the storms, there you go. Oh, Rangers, there you go, grenade off, but dodged. Can they finish off the last man? Nope, he gets away. Baker's there, nuisance for King Paffo to deal with. The Allies are in a bit of a tighter spot. They need to, I think, assemble the resources more cautiously and sort of launch better assaults. And there you go, Calliope out here for TrackerThorsten. Going to use that to try and blast through the German lines. Stu good to go once more. Panzer almost good to go there. Can soon go for another Panzer. Or could also try to go for a half track for the hell of it. It looks like TrackerThorsten and Joker lining up for an assault against me. Upon deciding that I'm the top, the target there. In part, I suspect they're relying on the fact that King Paffo's kind of passive and stuff happens on my side. So you're trying to swing hard against me here. Charging in there. King Paffo, as you might notice, is not really doing a lot there. He's slowly advancing, but he's not exactly reacting vigorously here to me being swarmed here. Got Pan 4 Clive, Stu moving in there, got Clive barrage on the machine gun, Stu charging in there. I'm trying for some reason to, get to drive through the fence and shoot at it. That does not work out. In fact, I might even be throwing away the Stu here like a putz. Need to quickly pull back the Stu here. There you go, the King Paffo slightly catching up some steam here in the south, but even then it's not really a very swift response here. Ace Storms was going to do this thing here around the car point. Destroying the pack cart and possibly the fuel cache. TrackerThorsten responding to this German counterattack here on his rear. As Jaeger's force remains a bit less capable here for the time being. His Centaurs not exactly capable of taking on German Panzers. Shots going off left, right and centre. Infantry advancing, Rangers popping off grenades here on the MD-42. Wipe, Panther barrage down as well there. Utter carnage. As everything explodes, and the Allies desperately trying to take the cop on here against King Paffo's assault. More rockets down. He's in fact brought in a second Panzerwerfer. Pack down. Commandos think could advance just a bit closer to the gun to further kill them more efficiently. King Paffo's about to lose them. He doesn't retreat. In fact, he might still end up losing them. Another pack being brought in there. I'm slowing out in the north here. They're taking a bit more cautious approach. And there you go, using Mark targeting the Commandos. Note the ability still affects them even when they're retreating, as long as you actually popped it before they retreated. So there you go, Commandos wiped out. Assault continues for the north. King Paffo here, got the Sherman a blow there to TrackerThorsten and the Americans. Panther 4 falling back up north here. Assault continues here right through the Allied lines. Pack 40 about to get cleared out. Section could be in trouble. Anti-tank also in a tight spot. Section there being absolutely cut to ribbons there. Joker is taking extensive losses, and that is no joke. Unless you're German. Stu moving ahead here. Calliope barrage straight into the midst of the main front. You got the Stu moving ahead there, going to tank and cleared out. Panther 4 gaining veteran 2. Schützen added. And another Panther 4 joins in. Almost got the center, but there you go. Anti-tank guns lined up. Got the center, but I'm very likely to lose the Stu here. And there you go, Joker finally going for an actual medium tank here, the Cromwell, but one wonders if it is sufficient. We got 305 versus 274. Another Panther barrage there from Paffo. Didn't quite land much there, and we got another assault here from Joker. Oh my, that's a mistake of the Panzerwerfer. Taking out the 20 tank rifle grenades. A bit of a blow there to King Paffo. Bit of a blow there. Rifle and routing there. Good command is charging ahead. Gunning down the Germans up close to the silenced end guns. Showing no mercy. There go fragmentation bomb called in to further disrupt the Allies here. To maybe support King Paffo a bit. Calling around the trench here, by the way. Force a retreat here, pretty much breaking off Joker's assault against King Paffo in the far south here. Panther moving in with the sappers. Very close to Veteran 2. There you go, Schützen added as well on that one. And TrackerThorsten commits to his second M4 German Calliope. That's a bit of a surprising move there. Would figure to want more tanks, but TrackerThorsten seems to believe that victory lies at the end of a very large rocket artillery barrage. Pan force charging in there, and grenadiers filling up. Grenades being popped off there, and there you go, climate barrage to try and disrupt here, but the rockets pretty much just all missed the mark. Ranger squad about to get wiped here, but the Panther force and tank going up. I'm just going to charge through here, go straight past the anti-tanks, go straight for the Calliopes, in part because I figure I'm not going to be able to escape here anyways without smoke, and I don't have access to that. So I'm just going to push ahead here, then going to follow with infantry using assault and hold. Got one Calliope, one Panther 4 down. Stuke also went down at some point. Panther 4 charging in there. Got the ambulance at least. Infantry trying to get the tank guns, and there you go, Panther 4 barrage down. Almost got the Calliope there. Main gun out, but the Panther 4 goes down, going for replacement Stuke. That did not in the end pan out too well for him. We still got an ambulance, got a Calliope, and the other one's heavily damaged and very well pointing out. TrackerThorsten has no way of repairing it since he's got no re-echelons. So it wasn't a completely worthless attack, but you know, it could have gone better. Meanwhile, Joker and TrackerThorsten pushing ahead here, under cover of smoke and other fun stuff. Troops being reinforcing, relying on the veteran squad leaders' field first aid being free and the stormtroopers being able to heal themselves. Major setting out, and we got there more commanders out for Joker. Now the Sturmgeschützträger aus from gate. We got 241 versus 270. Glider crashing in there and disgorging a commander squad ready to take on Harry Hun. In the center here we got King Paffo under assault here by TrackerThorsten. He's calling in more rangers. And I'm bringing up another shoot to help deal with all the armor I'm expecting to get hit by. Lots more smoke here. We got Smoke Raid of Race. I mean, he's really making use of a lot of the abilities there, to be honest, of commanders. I mean, 2 thumbs up there to Jaeger for that one. 2 thumbs up. Storm's in against the Rangers. Cromwell taking heavy damage. Northern front here being utterly disrupted there by Joker's Smoke Raid operation. Making each of them to rush up with his commandos. But obviously even that has limits if they get caught out in the smoke by the 2 veteran Grenadier squad leaders there. Back here, troops reinforcing for King Paffo, same for me. Second Strug almost done. Not entirely sure what King Paffo's playing for, except maybe an elephant heavy tank destroyer, but there's not really a lot of use for it, I think. Ship Calliope setting out. There's still no more tanks for TrackerThorsten. Major then engaged for the veteran squad leader Grenadiers. Calliope barrage on the Grenadiers. Rangers moving in there. Grenadiers need to retreat, and even then it might be too late here. Very likely it's too late. Got the 2 Stoops there ready to engage the Rangers. The machine guns, the main gun there. Go Grenadier squad. Tot. Kaput. Panzer there advancing. And go, he does go for an elephant heavy tank destroyer. Stormtroopers punch moving ahead. There's a big steam with the Panzer, but there's too hard to suppress until the light come. The Stormtroopers trying to go up, and for some reason they end up in the arc of fire. But there you go, still managed to clear them out. Nope. Ah. There you go. Vickers down. Panther forming in support here from King Paffo. A bit better coordination this time around between us. Stuke's hanging back a bit more cautiously. Anti-tankers moving up, Stormtroopers forced to fall back. And there you go, Cromwell down, Panther for quick blitzing away, but not able to blitz away fast enough. Both packs themselves with the Grenadiers with the light machine guns, got one anti-tank crew down, almost got the other one as well. There you go, both dead. Rangers here charging straight through the light machine gun hailstorm there, suffering several casualties in the process, but do successfully end up rounding the Germans in the end. We got 166 for the 270. Joker very sneakily moving back in the south, grabbing points there, very good. And Joker's going for another center. Can't help but feel here Joker might have missed a memo. Like, I think he needs proper genuine tanks more than he needs centaurs. Commanders riding a Pioneer squad, still got Vickers in the trench. Northern fuel point being claimed there, and we got a propaganda attack here for the fuel point, or the victory point. Stoogs sort of ready to do anything, like they're thinking a bit cautiously due to the presence of anti-tank guns, which can quickly deal with the Stoogs.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Rangers charging out the Obersoldaten. And there you go, Panthers around as well here, and there we go. Rangers wiped, didn't even have time to pop mark target on them. They're going to take some trouble. Here we got Calliope Barrage. I'm just charging through here because I'm figuring he's going to be hoping I retreat through it, which if I don't, I just walk through and clear out the anti-tank guns. Then when I clear out the anti-tanks, my Stoogs can then move ahead. Storm Squad almost wiped out. Accidentally, I think, grabbed the anti-tank with them. That was a misclick, by the way. Still getting off a shot there. In the center, we got King Paffo versus Joker still. We got more smoke raid operations. These pushing off him there. Hands being caught. We got the Stoogs moving in there. Going to take the Johnny as well there. Center's down to half health. Oh, not entirely sure why I did that turn there, but that definitely gave my Stoogs an chance to get off some more shots there. Stoogs that can't seem to hit. Scheiße, Ludwig. And there you go. We got GG from TrackerThorsten. His forces seemingly battered and bruised beyond recovering with that. The 1st Infantry and the 7th Armored Division fall back in the face of the Panzerlehr. A brutal slug out here on Stadtschutt with a lot of casualties, a lot of artillery, a lot of infantry, a lot of commandos, and a lot of ability users there from Jaeger. And again, impressive work there. King Paffo, I feel like at times felt a bit passive, in particular with his machine guns, could have been more active there, but still I would say overall did well. And certainly at times it got rather too aggressive, a bit reckless, suffered some rather pointless losses, but certainly at times it was definitely the one getting just focused down, which also made it harder to avoid losses. So there is that. Definitely shouldn't have been so confident in my first Ostman. That was a definitely big mistake there. Had I been able to keep it alive, he probably would have been a better state overall. Allies I think did well, but Joker I think committed to too many centaurs. I think should have gone for comets or something else there. And I think the Allies should have flanked a bit more. I think they were a bit too keen on just charging straight into guns, and that made it easier, for example, for King Paffo to deal with them. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell a family, but don't tell your enemies. This is ImperialDane and cheers. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for a nice episode.